want to hear about Lisa? Do you want to hear about sleeping good?
Yeah.
You guys, Lisa sponsors us. It is the best mattress foam you can get in the biz, okay? They have premium foam mattresses you can buy, and there's 3 types. A lot of places only have 1 type or no types.
True.
I've been to some mattress places, and we have no types of mattress foam here, right? But this one has 3. They have 3 types.
Mattress, yeah.
All in one. It's, okay. 3 mattress foams in one. Is what I'm saying. Cooling Avena foam.
Ooh.
That means it cools your body.
Dope.
It has pressure relieving memory foam.
Ooh.
So if you have pressures in your back, it relieves it.
Damn.
And then we also have dense core support.
What does that mean?
What's that?
Well, you know how things are there's some full core support. This has dense ones. You know what I mean? It's so dense.
And for every 1 mattress donated, for every 10 sold, and 1 tree planted for every order received. And that's 23,000 mattresses donated thus far. So if you want $125 off, go to lisa.com/belly.
It was 160 when I checked, but we can't say that officially. But that's we got the biggest discount possible.
Okay, that's George talking.
That was George.
Shut up.
Very loud, but also $160
$160 off.
That's a lot.
And it plants a tree. What happens?
1 mattress donated for every 10 sold.
If you don't buy a mattress, guys, we're going to run out of trees, and then we're all going to die because we need oxygen. Lisa, the best in the world.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Big fat Cuban in the house. He don't eat banana, he eat plantains. Welcome to another episode of The Great Bobby Lee's here. The Wonderlust. The wonderful Bob Lee, Captain. I'm at the precipice of life. And everyone knows that, okay? We got George in the house with his 4 eyes. We got this is pure gook. We got pure Asian fucking, right? Look at that face.
New beacon.
Pale, white, droopy. That's what Asian people are supposed to look like. Gilbert.
Sorry, I'm not.
I don't know. Yeah, you got too tan. We got here my girlfriend Khalyla Kyun. Beautiful. Yeah, we got him. And we got me, and we got a special guest tonight, guys. Hey, everybody, you ready for big fat Cuban stuff? We got my old friend, Joey Coco Diaz. Give him a round of applause, everybody. Everybody, what's up, dude?
What's up, Bobby Lee?
Dude, it's a pleasure having you in my home,
Thank you very
bro.
much for.
How many times? I've done yours a couple of times.
Right?
Huh? Yeah.
You're always trying to get me on 9 o'clock. Perfect.
They've been asking me for you, but then I'm like, I don't like asking people because I want people to say no.
No, fucking ask.
But you said yes right away. I really appreciate
your family.
it.
I was very honored that you'd even have me on your
Yeah, you're a criminal, aren't you?
Used to X.
I am opening with that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Because I was in Canada, and the club owner at Calgary was like, "What should I bring here?" I go, "What acts?" I go, "First foremost, Joey Diaz." And he goes, "Can he even get in the country?" And then I go, "Oh yeah, he has criminalities."
Criminal.
Yeah. You hit somebody with a pipe? What happened?
Felonious.
Didn't you hit somebody with a pipe?
No, I kidnapped somebody.
Oh,
I did a
that's close.
Rip. I did a drug rip.
You did a drug rip?
Yeah, like you show up and you're supposed to have cash, but you have dick. You have a fucking gun and a...
Yeah. That was in Denver? What was that, in Colorado?
In Denver. Boulder.
In Boulder, Colorado. That's how I've heard of it. Yeah. There's Cubans out there?
No, I went out there because they were looking for me in Jersey. So
oh, really?
Yeah.
You went out there.
I was a hellion, man.
Yeah, you were.
I was a hellion. It's so funny how when I met you, I was just crossing over. Like that's when I was crossing over. Like once I got to the Comedy Store, I was still a criminal. I'll still throw a glass at you. I'll still throw a bottle at you. You know me. I'm still an animal.
Yeah.
But that thief and shit and all that scam and shit went away because I saw other scammers up there. And I saw how bad it looked.
It's a full house of scammers.
Yeah,
that
it's a full house of scammers.
Well, it's cleaned out now, but before it was like Deadwood.
You had to go in there and fucking rock the house.
You had to rock the house.
Yeah.
You had to fucking always check your back pocket.
Always.
Right.
Always. You know, and I was up there addicted to coke. You know, the first fucking 10 years.
Yeah.
Snorting blow and fucking
I
drinking.
feel bad because I used to, when I was using drugs, I used to give you pills all the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
I'd eat them.
I know you would eat them. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, he wouldn't even ask me. He would just look at me, and I would just pull it out.
Oh wow.
And he would just eat them.
And I just eat them.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Yes, I trust you. If the FDA approves them, fuck it, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Don't be giving me that ching shit. Make my dick hard for 2 days. That shit'll kill you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna give you no ching chings.
You know, it's so crazy how I've never been addicted to pain medication. Like the big thing in this country now is the opiate problem. People give me a Vicodin or two. Something like a couple weeks ago, I did a podcast and a dude had a stash of pills on a Sunday at like 12, and I go, just give me whatever, just to get the party started. I was fucked up for like 10 fucking hours on pills, like 10 fucking hours. I don't have that type of time. I can get high for 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like smoke a joint, watch a movie. But 10 hours, I was roasted. I took the pills like mid-podcast. By the time I got in my car, I was sizzled. It was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
It was opiates.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was high till 10, Jack. Like, solid. Like, my wife's like, you okay? Yeah, I ate an edible. That was no edible. That was straight up fucking opiate. And I'll tell you what, the next day, I'm like, that's fine. I got high. I got no regrets. I did it. I manned up to it.
Wow.
But I'll never do. I don't know how people do that on a daily basis.
You never because you never got physically addicted. Maybe that you're mentally strong.
No, I got hooked on all that shit. Like I got hooked. I went through phases.
Yeah.
Like when I first started comedy, I was selling Xanax. I was selling Valiums. And you know the bringer shows?
Yeah.
That's how I would bring people.
No.
I'm American Ingenuity.
Yeah.
So even though you call me 11 o'clock strung out, nothing till 8 o'clock at the comedy store.
Right.
And I made you pay. What the fuck, Joey? The Xanax only cost me $0.25. I would sell them for $1.50.
Wow.
So I would just give you 4 on the house. Man, you made me come all the way to the comedy store?
Yeah.
I was making a move. Yeah, meet me at the comedy store at 8. Meet me at the comedy store at 8. Meet me at the comedy store at 8. Next thing you know, I got 8 people.
Whoa.
So that's
so
how
ingenuity?
Come on, dog.
American ingenuity is what you're calling it?
Ingenuity with immigrant mentality.
I'm
a lethal weapon, dog.
You are. 101, huh?
Lethal weapon.
Yeah, dude.
And that's so I sold Xanax. When I first got divorced, I had this fucking Mexican dude in Longmont, Colorado that had a trailer, and half the trailer was pills and heroin.
Yeah, everyone, by the way, has a Mexican dude. I had one, Paul.
Yeah.
I had my guy, Paul.
Out there once a week, and he would give me, you remember in the old days, crackers would come in a tin? Saltine crackers?
Yeah.
He'd give me a tin. Like every time I go over there, like we eat Mexican food.
Yeah.
I'd give him an envelope and he'd give me a tin. And I'd take it home like it was crackers, like those cookies, those French cookies.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I had fucking 100,000 Xanaxes in there, the Valiums.
Whoa.
And then I sold that shit for a while. Then I got off that and I just went to New York and sold coke.
Whoa.
One thing, I was a very, very good coke salesman. I never took a pinch for cocaine. You can't fucking get me at all. You couldn't get me.
Yeah.
I knew when they came. As a matter of fact, a DA agent came to my show on Saturday and gave me a card. And he goes, I heard you one time on a podcast. He goes, you got all the procedures down. I know exactly when somebody comes and they're looking for fucking, they're an undercover cop. So I never took a pinch for fucking drug sales or possession, none of that shit. My shit was straight up robberies.
It's amazing you're not dead.
It is.
Is it not?
I almost died a few times. I almost died in Beaumont, Texas. Can you imagine that? I did comedy in Beaumont, Texas after The Longest Yard.
Yeah.
And I went down there on fire. You know what it is to be on fire. Remember when you went on the road to get high?
Yeah. I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
There's a time when you go on the road to get fucking high. You call the guy, the doorman at the club.
Yeah.
He got a cousin who's fucked up. And you call him like on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'm coming tomorrow and I don't want no slip-ups.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get to the club, they give you a draw. And you just bang out that drug deal, and he's good for like, I used to go on the road for drugs.
I used to go on the road to fuck. I mean,
I believe it.
Yeah,
I believe it. Yeah, of course.
When Paulie would go, dude, like I didn't open for Paulie for the money.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, come on, let's do the route, right? I'd be like, yeah, pussy.
Yeah,
and then you would go, and there's no offense to Paulie and his fans, but at that time, they were easily manipulated.
Manipulate.
You can manipulate them easily.
Oh, I was there with Joe Rogan with Fear Factor. I had women say to me, look me in the face and go, I'll do anything to meet Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
What's the story? He's playing the flute?
No,
and then I would give him like a code. You want to play the flute? And they would go, yeah, I play the flute. Okay, play that fucking flute.
Yeah.
And they play the flute.
Yeah.
And then that's why I got banned from the Tempe Improv the first time.
Oh.
I brought some freak up there, right? Some
Yeah.
freak sucked dick, and then she started sucking everybody's dick. And she eventually sucked a busboy that was 17. You know how that Tempe Improv, they have those young guys?
Yeah.
She blew some 17-year-old. He lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
The next day, what's his name? Danny Murr?
Yeah. Imagine me the guy that didn't get his dick sucked.
She sucked everybody's
Right,
dick.
like get Bobby, and then I'd be
Sucked
like, nah.
Like she sucked my dick. I took her upstairs and I just left her there. Like she took her tits out in the old green room, started playing with a pussy. I'm like, I'll be right back. I go, get the fuck out of here. I just left her there. And they found her like passed out.
Yeah.
And that's why Danny Murr was mad at me because she blew a 17-year-old busboy that night. Like
That
the kid.
Danny Murr, though, huh?
Yeah, Danny Murr. God rest his soul.
He's
but
dead?
He was a creepy motherfucker, yeah.
Danny Murr died?
Yeah, about 2 years ago, man.
Well, I thought Mark Anderson died.
Mark Anderson
Killed
died.
himself, but Danny Murr died
Danny
too?
Murr went to Chicago. He was sick. He was ill after that.
Oh,
and
man.
he died.
I didn't know that. I feel bad.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
The
right?
comedy game is a deadly motherfucker.
Do you remember Warlock? You used to hang out with Paulie?
Yes, I do.
So I was on a tour bus with Paulie. Warlock looks like a warlock, right? He's got skinny arms.
Is he still in San Diego?
No, I think he moved to Chicago, right? But he's just like kind of, the Lord of the Rings movie, the one that was feeding the king the lies, Wormtongue. You gotta remember Wormtongue? Well, that's Warlock, okay? And Paulie goes, these 2 college kids from Columbia, girls, not kids, girls from Columbia, in Columbia,
Yeah.
right? They blew me, Steve Simone, a bunch of people. And then Paulie goes, what about that guy? And I saw them blow Warlock, and their faces, I will never forget. It was like eating like rotten, food. Oh. They were just like, you know what I mean? Like they were going to get sick, but they did it. And I don't know, I just liked it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, watching it was like fun. You know what I mean? Is that mean to me?
Do you ever think about the disgusting things you did on the road with people and how, like there was one that I was telling with me and Lee. I took Lee to the store with me on the way up the hill.
Yeah.
I was telling them from the road, like triple runs, like 91.
Oh my God.
93, 95, when you're a feature act, like the disgust that I saw, like what I saw at the Comedy Store was enough. Like I saw sexual perversion, Harvey Weinstein type shit.
Yeah.
Women going there on dates and sucking dick on the way to the bathroom. Like you hanging out by the woman's bathroom, like what's cracking. And next thing you know, let me give you a tour of the Comedy Store. Like how many women I saw up there. It was crazy.
Especially if like Mike Young and some of these are around. You'd see a girl walk in the hallways and they disappear. And they're in the bathroom somewhere with Mike Young.
I remember getting a letter from a girl one time. Like when I first moved to LA, there was a girl that would hang out there on Sunday nights.
Yeah.
And she was a sweet girl, whatever. I never, what I'm saying? Like she wasn't my type, whatever. I just didn't look at her that way. And years later, I got a letter at the Comedy Store, and it was her saying that, thank you, that there were animals. She goes, I almost got raped up there and all this shit, but you were the only one that was nice to me on Sunday nights because I used to host.
Yeah, I did that too.
And she's like, I'll never go back out there. Like, she was cracked. Like, how many people have come and gone in the time that you and I have been
what's
around?
crazy I just thought was that I remember you and I in the late 90s, we were in San Antonio for the Latino Laugh Festival. And I remember you and I didn't have any money.
Like $8 between us.
Yeah, we asked Worthy Patterson
to take us
to eat. Right? And he goes, oh, all right, But we couldn't even eat. That's how little money that we had.
$50 a set they paid us. And they sent us a check. 2 weeks later, it took him a month, that fucking scumbag, Jeff Valdez.
Yeah.
No per diem, no plane ticket.
Yeah.
I had to do a night in fucking some town with the cousin.
Jeff Valdez's cousin?
Yeah, Jeff Valdez. Somebody in the festival had a cousin who played like the organ. and he booked a room on Thursdays
Yeah.
in some fucking bar.
Yeah.
So I had to do that just to have a little bit of money to put down on the room because I didn't have an ATM card.
Yeah.
So they would make you give them $35 cash deposit, and that would bust me.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't afford $20 for a fucking breakfast at a hotel.
It's just amazing to think that, like, there's a bunch of us that are doing well now, but back then, it was just like, should we keep doing this? Right? Didn't you get that feeling like, are we ever gonna? And then to see, like, when I see you now, how successful your podcast is, how you're like selling out rooms, and just you're like this.
We stuck with it.
We stuck with it.
That's
yeah.
all it is.
I know, but it's
We're
just,
not special. We stuck.
I
with
didn't
it.
say I was. I didn't say I was special.
No. It's so funny how.
Did I say I was special?
It's so funny how we were having a conversation, and you and I are those people that never got the smoke blown up our ass. We put our pants on one leg at a time. Like
It's so funny that he just said that because the thing
It's
is
the truth.
this. I have never been like, you know how like there's that hot guy who has a lot of buzz around him who is going to the festival and he got a deal. I was never that guy. I will never be that guy. And I've always wanted to be that guy. That's easy. You know, for me, I've always been like, all right, I'm going to have to get through the back door.
Where are those guys today?
Gone.
That in
Dead,
99 and 2000 were
Yeah.
getting $500,000 deals.
Right.
Whoa.
Those guys are gone today.
Some
They
of them
would
are
get-
dead. Chicken died.
Some of the
you told
chicken
us.
died. Mitch
Yeah.
Hedberg died.
Yeah.
You know, I know those deals would destroy people because you get a deal, and let's say 3 Yards signs you, and your deal doesn't get picked up. 3 Yards drops you, and people are gonna go, if 3 Yards couldn't do nothing with him, what am I gonna do with him?
Yeah.
So those people would, Chicken, for example.
Yeah, chicken, yeah.
First time I saw Chicken, I
Funny.
didn't get it.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get it. And I'll never forget. The day he got signed and he got his first deal,
Yeah.
the big news in town was that he walked into 3 Yards naked. Like I'm supposed to fucking be impressed. Like I take my dick out every night.
Me
Nobody
too.
says nothing.
Yeah, me either.
He walks into 3 Yards naked and he's brilliant. Like he's a
Yeah.
fucking genius.
But he's white, that's why.
It was
when
fucking-
ethnic people pull out their dicks, there's like
dangerous,
charges.
yeah.
It's
How much
dangerous.
fun did we have at the Comedy Store? Do you remember that night that there was a girl heckling? I tell this story all the time
okay.
because I was flat fucking broke. And I think Bobby was starting to bust already a little bit.
Yeah.
And the girl came, I went up on stage, and some girl heckled me. She goes, take your dick out. And I go, I'll take my dick out if you take your pussy out. It was a Friday at
Yeah,
about
I
a
remember.
quarter
I
to 1 in
remember
the
now. It's
morning.
bringing- I'm-
Fear Factor was just coming on, and fucking this chick came on stage, dropped her pants, took a little clam out, and had a little fucking thinness of hair right above the clit. Dropped her pants, and I took my dick out. And Bobby Lee and Joe Rogan came to this. I
Yeah, I
remember
remember
people
that. I
who were
remember that,
standing
yeah.
outside ran in.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
The place was packed. And Bobby Lee and Joe Rogan were throwing money at me. And me,
Yeah.
I was so broke, I actually picked up that and bought a gram of blow from fucking Chewy. You understand me?
Yeah.
Like, I think I got $27 on the stage. I was so happy. Yeah. I had a gram of blow and a pack of cigarettes. I'm good. For taking out my dick, that's success, Jack, on a
Yeah.
Friday night at the store.
man.
Plus, I'm getting 15 next Friday.
Joe showed me a photo at the Brea Improv of you in the bathroom with a girl, and I've never seen so many veins on a penis.
That was crazy. That's
Yeah,
right.
do you remember that?
That's
Yeah,
right. That's
your
right.
penis is so veiny.
Yes, that's
You like
right.
it?
I don't fucking know. I'm an old man. That
I know,
was
but do you
20
like
years ago.
the veins and all that?
What the fuck? I don't know.
What do you mean?
It's like Bane.
It doesn't matter if I like it.
It
It doesn't matter what
No,
I
I'm
like.
just giving you props. I'm not making fun of you.
No. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Good, congratulations with all the
Thank you.
veins.
That means the blood's coming through
Yeah, the blood's
nicely.
coming through
Oh,
nicely. Yeah.
You gotta have blood.
And then Joey used to do this. Just every night he did this. He'd go home. Where would he sleep? Where would you sleep? In the bathtub.
In the bathtub. Yeah,
Right, remember?
Yeah,
With the
yeah,
pillow?
with the sleep apnea.
Yeah, with the sleep apnea, and he'd have the shower on, right?
Yeah, I lived
And-
in Hollywood.
Where was
it's
this?
so weird. It's so weird that you could buy a house in Woodland Hills, pay $2 million, and after 15 minutes you run out of hot water. You're like, what did I pay $3 million for? To run out of hot water, right?
Yeah.
I lived maybe 4 blocks from here. I lived on 1440 North Schrader. All right.
You don't live there anymore. You don't live in there anymore now, yeah.
That building has been there since Jesus left Chicago.
Yeah.
I could go in the shower at 1 in the morning, put the hot water on, and wake up at 8 in the morning and still have hot water, and the paint would be peeling off the fucking wall.
Yeah.
Because I had sleep apnea, and that's the only way I could sleep. Was if I took Tylenol PM, I'd pop like 6 of them. I'd do like an 8-ball and pop 6 Tylenol PMs, and fucking go in the tub, put a garbage bag on the pillow. That's how bad my sleep apnea was.
Oh my God.
And I would sleep in the tub, and that's the only way I could get like 6. I would get up and my skin would be like a fucking prune.
Wow.
You know what Whitney Houston died of?
No.
She didn't die of cocaine.
How?
That's a lie.
It's drowning, right?
She died because she went into a hot tub after she did a line of coke. And because she was so coked up, she couldn't feel the intensity of the heat.
Oh, she
So
boiled
the
to
heat
death?
boiled her.
What?
And
Wait,
a lot of
what kind of hot tub is this?
This is what a lot of people don't know.
They don't know?
No, I always watch that shit, the last 24 hours. Autopsy.
Yeah.
That's my shit. I just watched James Gandolfini, and I watched the first 25 minutes to see if it was real, if they would release the cocaine reports, and they did. I'm like, I go, hold on, don't change this yet. I want to see if this show is real. And sure enough, they were like, what a lot of people didn't know about James Gandolfini was he snorted with 3 hands. He went to like 9 rehabs. A lot of people didn't know that. It even told you when I shot Grudge Match.
Yeah.
The big rumor was that the week before, Sean Penn was shooting a movie in New Orleans, and Gandolfini had 1 day on the set. 1 day. They were going to shoot him out in 1 day. And that night he went to a strip club and he canceled. They couldn't find him. And he said he got roofied at the strip club.
Yeah.
I've been there where you're like, fuck it, I'm not going to work today.
Yeah.
And they said on the show that he had a couple times, he wouldn't show up for 4 days in a row.
Wow.
And I worked with a guy that was heavy in The Sopranos, and he told me, you don't know how many times he came on the set.
Just
And
jacked.
just went to sleep on the floor.
Shit.
I got a pillow and we just go, let me sleep an hour.
Didn't he die with his son
With his
next
son
to him
in
in Italy, right?
Yeah, in Italy.
Oh
It was
my
really sad.
Baby, if I ever die, don't spin it.
I won't spin
No,
it.
just
Why the fuck
no,
would I
just
spin it?
tell people. Because the way I die is going to be mysterious.
Why
It'll
would
be a
you
little
ever do
weird.
that? What kinda- like
I don't
what?
know. I mean, I'll probably die like just watching Old J. You know
He's
what
super emo, so he'll
yeah.
probably document something where he like goes off into a trailer in Portland. He'll have some like weird emo like
I mean? Music.
like, Red House painters playing in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
background.
yeah.
Some black and white film.
Yeah.
He'll do
yeah.
the whole thing.
I'll do the whole thing. Yeah, but just don't paint a different picture.
I
want
won't.
reality, baby.
Your parents still around, Bobby?
My parents are still around. My dad had a stroke though.
How's he doing?
He can't talk, which is cool. You know what I mean? He can only say "I love you," and that's for my dad to say "I love you" and still be around. He used to be a violent man. I've talked about it on the podcast, and I didn't like him for many years, but I love the man, and he's still around. He's
What do you
strong.
mean by violent? Was he he disciplined you a certain
Well,
way?
no, he used to beat me with golf clubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you turned out okay.
Punched my mom's mouth a bunch of
That
times.
you cannot do.
Yeah, she lost a bunch of teeth.
But it's an old culture.
Korea.
That's an old. It's funny. I was telling Steve Simone about 2 weeks ago. We were talking about. I remember in the 70s, I lived on a block where 2 women, every time you saw them, they were getting jacked by their husbands, and nobody said nothing.
Yeah.
In the 70s and 80s, domestic violence was just one of those fucking things.
Yeah.
And I mean, let me tell you something. One of the scariest things I ever saw was one of those holiday seasons from the 27th, the 25th to the 31st. One of those nights when I was about 13, me and my mom were in the kitchen and my stepdad was sleeping, and we heard a banging on the door. And my mom goes, hold on 1 second. She went and got a knife. It was like 1 in the fucking morning. And I mean, I can remember this like it was yesterday, opening that door, and that woman was just covered in blood. And she had like a house. And she's like, please take me from this. And he was chasing her.
My God.
As we were pulling her in, she was chasing her. My stepdad came down with a gun and pointed it at the guy. And that's how we got rid of the fucking guy.
Oh my God.
And we brought the woman in. He had turned cigarettes out on her. I will
What does that
never,
mean?
ever, he was putting cigarettes out on her.
Oh my God.
He was beating her, and when she was unconscious, he was waking her up with a cigarette.
That's how my
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, that's how it was for my mom too. Her first husband, because we grew up in the Philippines, and my mom's Filipina. During a wedding, there were about 200 people at a wedding reception. Her ex-husband dragged her by her hair in front of all the wedding guests and not one person
It was
batted
accepted.
an eyelash.
It was accepted. People, it was an ugly taboo. People
Were there no
just-
ashtrays back then?
I mean, it was just Bobby. It was
I would have made a bunch of money if I was an ashtray maker.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
I still remember my mother pulling fucking glass out of her. Like,
Yeah.
he hit her in the head with a vase. But he had been beating her for 10 years. I mean, every time I saw her, she had a bruise on it. But that memory has stayed with me forever. Like,
My mom, when she opened her mouth and she had 2 teeth missing because my dad punched them out, I still have that memory in my head, and that's why I'm so good to women now. I'm good to you.
It could go either way though, because the cycle could keep repeating because that's so
No, I learned.
ingrained
I
in you,
said to myself
or-
back then, I go, you know what?
No, it's not in my world either.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
ever gonna hit
It's not in my world
anybody, especially a woman, because I loved my mom. I was so sympathetic toward her too, and to see somebody that I loved, and that's why I had such a deep resentment toward my dad. But it is cultural. It's it's the time period, but I think things are changing in that way where I think it's getting better for everyone. Don't you think? Don't you feel that or no?
Yeah, you hear yelling now, you're down 911.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a time where you just closed your window and mind your business. It's interesting. You asked me a question on the way on the elevator. I didn't want to get into it with you on the elevator because there
What
were
was
other
the question?
people on the elevator. You asked me if that was my only daughter, and my answer is no. I have a 27-year-old. But
Well, you lied.
not in lie. I just didn't want to open up the conversation with those fucking 3 idiots on. I don't know those people. I don't talk in front of people. You know what I'm saying? That's a new thing. That's a new thing where people talk in front of people. I don't say nothing in front of nobody. I don't know
You're
who those
old school.
people are.
Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
I don't know who those
So
people
tell
are.
me about your 27-year-old daughter.
My 27-year-old daughter and me haven't spoken since she's like 10. But when I was 3, I knew what time it was already. I knew that they didn't want me around her white side of the family. I could see it already. And then the lies started packing in. And one of those things she said that really, like I had to take piss test. Even though she would come to the house and take weed out of the refrigerator. I was selling weed. She would come in the house with the spare key when we were separated and take weed. But she went to the judge and said, he smokes pot, and they made me piss in the fucking thing. Thank God I knew the probation department, and they wouldn't test me for weed. They would test me for coke and everything else, but they wouldn't test me for weed, so I would continue to smoke weed. But that's the hypocrisy. I knew this woman for a long time.
Yeah.
But then another time we went to court, and in court, she said that one time I had broken her nose. And till this day, I'm not cool with her, and one of the reasons why I'm not cool is, yes, I was I did some bad things when I was growing up, but I copped to all of them. I don't like when people make shit up. Like, I just went home in March, and some kid, I went to my 7th grade teacher's bar. He owns a bar now. He's like 70. And the kid in there pulled me outside. He goes, "Can I talk to you about something?" He goes, "Remember years ago you got accused of something? The kid who robbed it came clean." And he goes, "I always knew you didn't rob it. When I was in trouble, I was such a piece of shit that I would get accused of shit I didn't even do."
Yeah.
And I learned to live with it because that's the reputation I had. If Bobby Lee's house got robbed, I'd get the blame. Bobby would blame. It had to be Joey. And then Joey could be in La Jolla, and I would get the blame.
That's what I fear about him, because he tells so many stories
Yes.
of sexual deviances in the past, that I feel like anyone could fabricate a story and then be like, yeah, that would be in line with what he's done in the past. So I always tell him to just be extra
I'm
careful.
the same
with,
way, but I'll tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the fucking truth.
We're gonna talk
I don't
about
like what's going on today.
Yeah.
I don't like that a woman came out 3 weeks ago and said Tom Sizemore molested her when she's 11, and that's the reason why she does drugs. Did you guys see that interview?
No.
That could happen to anybody.
Anybody,
Any one of us. Just that word on a piece of paper, and we don't get any more work.
Yeah.
We're working in the Mall of America following Jeremy Piven because that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens. Before I accuse you of something, I'm going to be 100% fucking sure. And I'm going to have a witness or something. You cannot accuse me without a witness, a tape, a film. I want to see it. Before my daughter was born, I met a woman at Flappers one night, just very casually in the back. She was she did something for Flappers. And I'm an old fucking man.
Come
What am I
on,
gonna
you look
do?
great.
What am I going to do with a girl? What am I gonna hit on her? What am I going to do? What I got to offer somebody? I'm an old man. I got 55-year-old nuts. They look like they're 55. For a young girl to suck them, I wouldn't get no satisfaction on it. I'm just fucking somebody's world up. I'm just fucking somebody's world up. It's like one time Rogan asked me, he goes, did you ever have a girlfriend that committed suicide? No, but if anybody sucked my dick, I'd kill myself. Like if I sucked my dick, I'd kill myself. It's disgusting. You understand me? It's just disgusting. Like we've gone through comedy hell. Like, it's disgusting. And, you know, I fingered an Indian chick in Boise, Idaho one time on the dance floor. I was fingering her. She had a yeast infection. How can, you know, I took my hand out, and it was covered in yogurt. How the fuck does that happen? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, how the fuck? Did you hear that fart? That was a good fart.
Who farted? You did?
Yeah. Kombucha.
We're going to take a moment for a sponsor.
We have a sponsor, Can I just say this? There's a better way to do that.
Okay.
And when next time one of my guests, a special guest like this, right, is talking and he's in a fucking, you know, in the rhythm of life, right? And you pull out one of those things.
He's the producer. He's got to do that. Don't give him any beating on the
I
air.
apologize.
That's wrong.
You're right. I apologize. You're right. I apologize.
He's doing his job.
I know, but you know what I mean?
And now just a quick moment from our new sponsor.
Away, first class luggage at a coach price.
Let me tell you guys something. When I travel with Bobby, he's often a gentleman, but one thing he will never do is help me out with my luggage.
You're a woman and you have to do your thing.
Gender roles.
The good news is I now travel with away luggage, and I don't need his assistance because this thing is super lightweight. It spins. It has one of those fancy wheels that like do a 360. And when I have to throw it over the overhead compartment, I don't struggle anymore. I hate those old school ones that like feel like you know what I mean?
It's what charges your devices, this thing.
So definitely get it, guys. Let's show the audience really quick. Boom, so light. She can lift it up and put it away herself. Dang, girl.
Look at this.
And for $20 off a suitcase, visit awaytravel.com/belly and use the promo code BELLY during checkout. Away, first class luggage at a coach price.
Some of these white people, you gotta fucking, you know, make time.
You gotta get them bow. One thing, if I was Asian, I'd make white people bow.
Yeah.
For one thing, fuck you.
That's true.
People
New thing.
I love that everybody thinks Bruce Lee's tough. Bruce Lee wasn't about being tough.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee was a light to immigrants. Before 1960 everybody that was any other color but white, you walked around like in the shadows. You walked around like Harvey Weinstein in the shadows.
Yeah.
After Bruce Lee came, he opened up the door to immigrants. Immigrants had a voice, especially fucking Asians.
Yeah.
Asians were like, fuck with me now, motherfucker. I got an uncle who's got stars. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck your world up.
Yeah.
Asians had a way. That's what Bruce Lee was.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee was a hope for people. Black people went crazy. How many black people do you ever see that think they're Chinese? You ever see those motherfuckers?
Of course,
They eat rice with chopsticks and shit and wear the
It's
shoes.
infused into the hip hop too.
In New York, they fucked them up. Those black people got fucked up by kung fu movies.
Yeah.
If you grew up in the early 70s, the Asian, you loved, bro, my mother took me to a Santeria dude because I kept saying I'm moving to Asia. I had the shoes. I had the white shirt with the buttons. I would go to Chinatown. Oh, dog, I had the white shirt with the blue or black with the shoes, the high cut. I used to fucking burn incense in my room. And my mom with a bowl of rice. All I want is rice. You can't eat rice. You can't eat rice all day. You got to eat meat.
Yeah.
And I would say, I'm eating rice. Show me a fat fucking Chinaman. And she would look at me, you're right. I've never seen a fat Chinese guy, just Buddha, that's it.
Yeah, except for Buddha, yeah. Now, you don't talk to your daughter now then still?
Yeah, very painful.
No, but does she know you exist?
Yes.
So this 27-year-old girl out there knows that you exist.
Absolutely.
Knows your name?
Absolutely.
Right. So, and
I had contact with her till they yanked her out of the country and took her to England. And every time, I remember I got a Taco Bell commercial and I went home and she kept telling me she's too busy to see you. What the fuck is she so busy?
How old was she when that happened? When
she was 8, 7. The torture started when she was about 2. She told me she was moving into her mother's house. She ended up moving in with a guy. In my neck of the woods, that's fucking cause for murder. That's
Yeah.
slit your throat type shit.
Yeah.
So I
Just
went
don't
along
smile
with
when
it.
you say that.
Yeah. No.
It's just really weird when you
it's the
smile.
truth.
Slit your throat and then you smile.
You have to be honest.
I know you're being honest right now, but with your eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
These are my
creepy.
Asian eyes.
No.
These are my
know. I
Charles
don't
Bronson
know.
eyes. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
do have that. Yeah.
So I put up with it, and I tolerated it, and I had the 2 felonies. So I had to behave myself, because the third one, they'll say you're and the boyfriend called me a spick one day, and I fucking punched him in the fucking face. I said, he's going down. And guess what? You can't use this racial slur in the city limits of Boulder, so they threw it out of court. But after that day, I saw her crying in the car. And I'm like, she doesn't need this. What I bring to the table, what I was bringing to the table at that time, it was just, I was making everybody's life. And me and my wife were just not going to get along.
Yeah.
I was getting 5 hours a week and every other Sunday. She even came to me and said, I want you to change her name because people don't like Spanish people in this neck of the woods. Do you know?
Jesus
I mean, it was fucking brutal. It was
Yeah.
brutal. I dealt with it. But today, how I pacify myself is saying that I gave a life to get a life. Do you know what I'm saying? I lost a daughter to become a comedian.
But hold on, that she's still alive.
She's still alive.
And that-
she will not talk to me.
We don't know yet, though.
No, I've reached out 25
it doesn't. Listen.
times.
I just want. I know, but let me just be the voice of reason here. Okay. Did you just laugh?
No, it's Phoebe side.
Okay, good.
Oh, I thought that was George.
Because you were about to die. I love you though, but here's the I'm being real right now, and I'm a liar. I'm a deceiver, and I do shadow play sometimes. But every once in a while, there's truisms when I say things. There's truisms, and I'm very real, and you're gonna have a real moment right now. Okay. Honest to God. Out of all the comics I've met, especially in our class of guys, because you're in the same classes. I know I look young, and people think that I'm in my 20s still, but we're in the same class. Okay, you're probably one of the best souls I've met. I mean, you and I've always you're an honest guy. You're a hard worker, and you're a nice guy. And it's a shame that there's your daughter's out there and she doesn't get to know the great Joey Diaz. I think you're a great guy, and I think it's a loss for her. You know, I would really wish that she reached out to you and developed a relationship, because you're a great guy. Also, I know this for a fact too, is that because I've asked around, is Joey Diaz a good father to his 5-year-old daughter? Yeah, you guys go to the park. I talked to her the other day when I called you, remember? You go, hey, go talk to, say hi to your Uncle Bobby. And she came, hi, she said. Hi, Uncle Bobby, right? This guy's legit, dude.
I got a second
And it really
chance.
hurts my feelings that that happened.
I got a second chance.
Okay.
Do you know what that's like in life?
Yeah, I've had third chances.
Yeah. I mean, to have a second chance, I got to have a kid at 50.
That's incredible.
So whoever's controlling the cards, Buddha,
Jesus, I like to say Jesus. Thank
whoever
you.
the fuck is controlling the cards, the big picture,
Yeah.
replace that gap in my life. And
Yeah.
for right now, I'm cool. When I go to Denver and perform, I do not get in the car and go to Boulder because I know me. You know, you still haven't asked me why I didn't go to the memorial of Mitzi Shore.
Why didn't you
Because
go?
I know me. Because I know me.
Wait.
I know me.
I don't know, but I need to ask a couple more questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. You were not at the memorial at Mitzi Shores.
No.
You were in town?
Yes.
Yeah. Why didn't you go?
Because I knew what Mitzi wanted. Mitzi wanted me to go down there and smack 2 motherfuckers.
That's true. Okay. I get what you're saying.
Mitzi liked controversy.
Yeah.
Mitzi loved all that shit.
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
I'm bad at funerals. Remember Marilyn Martinez when I went off on Jeff Valdez?
Oh,
They put in the
yeah.
LA Times.
Oh,
At
yeah.
my mother's funeral, there was a fist fight the first night. And when I was a kid died in the 8th grade, and there was a huge brawl at the
Don't come to my
parlor.
funeral.
So I don't do well at funerals because
Yeah.
I'm the type of guy that'll go, hey, man, can I talk to you for a second? Didn't you fucking torture Bobby Lee when he's alive? Get the fuck out of here before I stab you in the neck. I play security guard at funerals, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
That's how I was raised.
That's right.
That's how I was raised.
That was the way you were raised.
That's how I was raised.
That was another name. Marilyn Martinez.
Was another one. We were all partners in crime. It's weird.
Remember her boyfriend David?
Yes.
Do you remember him?
Oh, please.
You know how many pills I got that gave that guy?
Oh my God. Me too. One night I called him at 3 a.m. He came over just for 2 pills.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you giving me his 2 pills?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "That's all."
One time he cried. I'm dying. Give me the pills. I'm dying. Because they lived in Silver Lake as well.
Yes.
Right. I lived in Silver Lake. I drive over there. I'm drugged out. Right. And I give this guy fucking drugs. Oh my God. Poor David.
And then he ended up dying of cancer.
He died?
Yeah.
2 people died in this podcast. I didn't even know he died.
A couple years after Marilyn, he went down. His sister used to call me from time to time and say thank you.
Oh my God. So
being
David
good to her
and
brother.
Marilyn died. They're in heaven or wherever.
Marilyn died first, and David died August, maybe 2 years later.
Marilyn Martinez, if people don't probably know who she is, but she was a part of our class as well.
Yes.
And she was this older Latino lady. And she was, just think of a Hispanic Roseanne type of a girl. Loud, funny, a pure heart.
She got me into, she's the one that said, "Wait till Mitzi sees you, Coco."
Yeah.
I met her at the Laugh Factory Latino night.
Wow.
On Monday nights when it was the hottest night. That Tuesday night and Monday night, before it was Mo Better Mondays, it was something else. Those were the hottest nights in town.
They were, yeah.
What was the black night on Tuesday night?
Joe
Torre.
No, what was Freaky Monday? Freaky Monday was at the Improv.
Freaky Monday was the Improv. Latino night.
Tuesday was I forgot what it was called, man.
Joe Torre and all those guys.
Yeah, those guys, yeah.
I saw Richard Pryor there one night, not on stage.
I saw Cedric there the very first. I never even heard of Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh, I knew Cedric.
I saw him on Tuesday nights in the main room. My brother and I, Steve, was with me. And Paulie goes, "Dude, watch this black guy. He's pretty funny." And I'd never seen Cedric. And I was sitting there and I'm going, he comes on. I remember Steve and I were on our knees because we were laughing so fucking hard. Like we couldn't breathe. Because, he was a big guy, Cedric. He's a big guy, but he was physical. It was just something about his physicality and how he used the space that was so fucking funny. But yeah, man, Asian nights never really took off.
Ali Wong.
She's taken off, yeah.
Yeah, that's
killing the game.
I just saw the beginning of the special, and she says, "There's a rumor going around that every Asian in town is here tonight," or whatever. So
yeah. Now, let me ask you about Netflix. Now, you have a half hour.
Yes.
You did it already?
No, June 4th.
June 4th. Shouldn't they have given you an hour?
Let me tell you something.
No, let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Okay? And you don't have to speak. I'll speak. Okay? And I'm on Love. I mean, I don't know Netflix at all. I'd love to be in business with them one day. It's a great company, but let me just say this is that I know that you showcased a couple of times for them. And then I had heard and this could be wrong, that they weren't really going to give you a special, and then they gave you a half hour. And I just wanted to say this is that regardless of that, you're a fucking monster. You are a genuine monster of a comedian. I've seen you. You're one of those guys that if I have to follow you, I literally would be scared. I would do it, and I'd be able to handle myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm a professional. You know what I mean? But let me tell you this. It would be like, all right, how are you going to open? And I would have to strategize it. All right, I'm going to not tell a joke in the first 45 seconds. All right, I'm going to just try to get the audience. You know what I mean? I would have to think it through. Sometimes mostly if I followed somebody at the Comedy Store, I don't think about it. I just go up and just do it, But this guy is a genuine beast, and to me, it's a given, right? But, but congratulations on the 30 minutes.
Listen, Bobby.
Okay.
I went to jail for second-degree burglary.
I know.
Did you ever see Molly's Game? There's a scene in Molly's Game when the father talks to the daughter, and he goes, "I did a couple things right. Like, that's all you do in your life. We do a couple of things right. Everything else we do is fucking wrong. Think about it. How long we become fuck-ups for? How long were we fuck-ups for before we did? But think of what made us go to the Comedy Store? What made us showcase for Mitzi? What made us go to the Improv that Tuesday and Bud Friedman was going to be there? We made some good choices. I'm lucky just to be here. If Netflix said no, do you think I would go home and cry?
No,
I wouldn't give a Frenchman's fuck.
I know, but
at 55, just the fact that I'm selling tickets, that I'm still at the Comedy Store,
no.
that I have a daughter, that I don't do drugs anymore.
Yes.
I still smoke reefer. I love my reefer.
Do what you want.
If you got a fucking Xanax, I'll pop that motherfucker with an edible to tame the tiger.
Watch your heart.
But yeah, sometimes you eat an edible, you get anxiety. I get anxiety. Well, you eat a fucking Xanax.
But can I just say,
you won't get anxiety. I'm very happy.
I get it.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm grateful.
I 100% get it.
I'm grateful.
I'm going to just say this. Can I just say this?
Say it.
All right. No. Okay, that's flat out fucking no. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, okay? It's like this. It's like, you know, I don't know these kids that get these things. It's fine. I'm happy for everyone that gets it, okay? But there are just certain people, right, that it's just a given, all right? You did 25 years of time into this thing, all right? And you were always in it. You were never like some of these guys, yeah, I went away for 10 years and I came back. You know, this guy was like me. We were in the pocket. I always see you. Why? Because it's not because, I mean, I like seeing you, but it's because you and I have never quit.
We never quit.
Yeah, we're always just, oh, there he is. He's just a part of my reality because him and I are both guys that refuse to leave the game.
We got nowhere to go. We're like Richard Gere.
I have places to go, dude.
You got nowhere to go.
I can go to mountaintops. I can go to beach cities. I can go all over the world.
If you would have had somewhere to go, you would have gone already.
No, but here's
who puts up with this fucking abuse? Who puts up with this? People choosing us. Netflix not giving you a special, but you're following Paul Mooney for a year. Who the fuck are they to decide? That's why we're so lucky. You and I have something that no other comic has.
You won me over.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
You know what you and I are?
What?
All right, you have the Air Force, you have the Army, you have the fucking Marines.
Navy SEAL?
You have.
My Navy SEAL?
We are the Navy SEAls.
Oh, I wanted to hear it.
When shit gets danger. When shit gets danger. Who do they drop out of a helicopter?
Us, the Navy SEALs.
Us.
Of comedy.
We're real. Mitzi Shore hand-picked us. That'll never, ever happen again. So who the fuck is anybody to judge me? Is there a picture of me in an improv? Not really. There's not a picture. You don't see me on any shows getting interviewed by Conan, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've come to that agreement.
That's another thing that's interesting. Is that
I've come to that.
I go to Facebook, right, or my Instagram, whatever social media, and I'll scroll through, like, you know, these younger guys on Conan and all these Jimmy Kimmel, all these things. And I go, oh, congratulations, that's great. And then it always in my back of my head is like, I've never even been invited.
Yeah.
I'll never go. I'm on a show now, right? A network show. They have that upfronts every year. 2 upfronts they've had so far, right?
2?
Yeah.
Do they invite Bobby?
No, they have never been there.
Never. And all they talk about is diversity and
I mean, I'm on the show, which is great. Yeah. That's good, and that was great. But you know, it's like
just for laughs.
Just for laughs. Never been.
No, me neither.
Now they
want me to go.
Now they know, yeah, but you've never been to Montreal.
Never even. They said they didn't like the twitch I did with my hand one year.
That's an actual note?
That was an actual
one
note.
year, Bruce Hill. Well, I remember one year, he came out to see me like 6 times, and then the last time was just like, this is just no way. And I remember my manager, Abby, I'm still with her. She's like, yeah, sweetie, I'm sorry, it's a no-go again this year. And I just remember going, yeah,
How many
that's
years
it.
have you been with Abby for?
20 plus.
And who's left with Abby?
No one else.
Loyal.
Just you.
I've been with Matt Blake for as long as the same thing. I don't leave my people.
That's amazing. Yeah, you have to.
I'm loyal.
I'm loyal also. That's a.
Yeah.
When I see people switching camps, I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
The fuck
Read the thing. What is it?
Okay.
Get the fuck out.
Sponsor. Well, what time's your spot?
10:45.
Okay, we got a
gotta
couple more
wrap
minutes.
up,
Couple more minutes. Okay.
And just another moment for another sponsor.
You guys, we have a lot of fans that want to sell products on our podcast, but we're very picky and choosy, and the ones that we want to do are the ones we use actually, and we use Rebel's Refinery. I use this anti-wrinkle moisturizer. You can get it at Target.
Yeah.
And people go, how come you don't have any wrinkles? And people go, maybe because he's Asian. No, I use this. This anti-wrinkle moisturizer. It hydrates and anti-rides.
And Khalyla, you use it too, right?
I do. I use this face wash, and I like it because it tingles and it makes me feel. Also, I've actually given a lot of. They have really cool lip balms.
Oh, yeah, here.
They have
Show
the
those,
ones
show
in
those.
they have this one which comes in a skull, but they also have ones that are shaped in
Pineapple.
pineapples.
Those are all
And
available
that,
online, yeah.
dude, that lip balm is
good.
so good. Like legit tasty. Like you want to eat the whole thing.
Just eat it. So we here at TigerBelly think Rebel's Refinery is easily the best men's grooming brand for the price on the market. They also have the greatest lip balms, like Khalyla was talking about, for women and men. It's available exclusively at all Target locations. And if you want to order online, you can also use the code TigerBelly for 20% off. Go the hell out of the near... What? Let's just go to your nearest Target location, you fools. Rebel's Refinery. Check it out.
So, all right. So, Joey, you got a half hour. Also, can I just say this? I here's another thing. Is that you and I are similar in this way. Also, is that we get like 3 or 4 lines in a movie. You know, like I remember, like I watched that movie Taxi, not Taxi Driver, but the Jimmy Fallon Queen Latifah
Queen
one.
Latifah
one.
Right. You're in that movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember watching the movie, going. The only thing I remember is Joey Diaz being in it. He's so funny. Or Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You remember Spider-Man?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah.
You were in
second
that.
one.
The second one, I mean.
Second
You were in that.
14 days, one line.
2 weeks?
Those are the good old days.
Yeah.
Overtime.
Yeah.
Drinking pomegranate juice, smoking dope in my green room and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks,
Damn.
one line. Joey, you're too big to be hanging out in the train. Go to the,
Yeah.
Go to the green room. When I booked it, it was one day.
Yeah.
And then they called me in June. They go to wardrobe. And when I went to wardrobe, they're like, you start working next week. I'm like, what are you talking about? I got July 31st. They're like, nah. Those
Yeah.
were the good old days.
Good
man.
old
Yeah.
days.
They let you sit for 2 days.
Or you're like in your trailer and you fall asleep for like 7 or 8 hours. And you open your eyes and you don't know where you are. And then you get a knock. And then some nerd.
We're not going to use you today.
Yeah.
You
You
can
go
go home.
home and you're like, wow, that was a great nap.
That was fucking great.
Yeah.
Lobster tails on
Oh,
Friday. On Spider-Man 2,
yeah,
lobster tail
wow.
on Friday. And white people still be eating salads and apple pie. I'm eating lobster tails to go. I got 19 lobster tails.
Yeah.
I'm shoving lobster tail in every pocket.
Have you ever done a movie where you weren't even in it at all? Where like they cut it out?
I think I just did that. I did that movie about Howard Hughes, and I played a gangster. But I was in my trailer when they called, and the 2 gangsters sat in the booth. So I sat across from Alec Baldwin,
Yeah.
and I think they cut it out because nobody said nothing to me that they saw me in the movie. I got a check. It's so funny how I get
Yeah.
residual checks from movies I'm not even in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I get checks for some reason, but then I get my checks too, and I cash them all the same.
I did that movie Paul. I'm in the director's cut or whatever, but in the original cut, I remember like driving away from that scene and going, wow, that was really good. I made everyone laugh. You know what I mean? And you get really pumped up,
Yeah.
and you tell people about it. I'm in that new Simon Pegg movie,
yeah.
right? And it comes out, and they go, you weren't in it. And you're like, oh, fuck. My bad.
When you text me your address the other day,
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah.
I go, I know this street. I just don't know where it is. And when I looked it up, I go, this is my old coke dealer street.
Whoa.
He used to stay open till 2. So everything
Wait, business hours?
This is
Yeah.
he had business hours
Oh, wow, he
from
had
11
business
to 2. And I, so
11
I was-
8 p.m. to 2. It's just 3 hours?
11 a.m.
Oh,
to
wow.
2.
That's long hours.
He would
Really
get
long.
drunk from 4 to 7, so you couldn't call him. He never sell coke from 4 to 7.
Yeah.
But his tip-top hour. And then he shortened my curfew till 1. If you don't have no cash, it's 1.
Wow.
If you got cash, it's 2. If you're fronting, you got till 1. I would leave La Jolla Comedy Store at 11:45,
Yeah.
and I would get right here by 1 in the morning.
Whoa.
I could do La Jolla in an hour and 15, an hour 20. I'd do 90 or 80 all the way to the border,
Yeah.
where they ask you to stop for fruit, and from there to Irvine, I'd do 100. 100. With no registration, no insurance, barely brake pads.
That
I
just
didn't give
that brings up a
fuck,
story.
Jack.
I remember one time I was in my hotel room in San Diego, like by Tijuana, and it was like 2 p.m. I was sleeping in this hotel room, and I get a call, and they go, "Why are you at the table, Reed?" And I was so drugged out, right? Because I had just gotten pills from Tijuana. I'm like, "I have a table read." How fucking embarrassing is that?
Jesus.
I'm so drugged out, I can't even make it to a fucking network table read for a show.
Dog, I did a movie. I booked a movie called Pizza and Bullets.
Sounds great.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And they had the girl from The Godfather. But I went and shot the first scene, and I'm like, I'm not going back.
you did it.
And the next day, I had a 6 a.m. call, and I got coked up to the gills. And they came knocking on my door, and I went out and I grabbed the kid, threw him and shit. And they called the cops. It was hysterical. They're like, don't you want to be in this movie? I'm like, I never want to be in your fucking movie again. The casting director called me and said he'd never book me again. He was going to call everybody.
Fuck Pizza and Bullets.
Tell them that I was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And the director called me, and I yelled at him. And now the director's trying to be my friend on LinkedIn. Fuck him. Fuck him. I don't even have LinkedIn, but I saw his name. I'm like, look at this fucking creepy dude.
I know you got to go, but I got to ask one more question, okay? Because you have to go. But so when you left the store, where did you go for those 3 or 4 years?
7 years.
7 years.
I did the Brea Improv the second week.
Yeah, but where would you go up at nights in L.A.? Anywhere?
Improv.
You were sorely
Rogan.
missed.
I had to do that. You have to do that once in a while.
Yeah.
If you start in Ohio, if you start at Columbus, Ohio, and the guy likes you, you're going to MC for 2 years. Then you're going to feature for about 4 years. And then one day he's going to let you headline Thanksgiving, New Year's Day, the off nights.
Yeah.
And then eventually you're going to get a weekend. And then that guy's going to come to you and go, at about the 7-year mark, 8-year mark, he's going to look at you and go, you got to shit or get off the pot. You either going to stay here and be a fucking a moot comic, or you go to L.A.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing else with you. I had been at the store from 97, from February 97 to whenever the fuck I disappeared.
Yeah.
2000, I don't know, 6, 7. I saw the writing on the wall.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was time for me to leave.
Yeah.
I take signs from the universe.
Okay.
Okay, there's people that don't see it. Sometimes
Yeah,
you're
I
not
see
supposed to
it.
be somewhere. I got surgery. I had a fat ball in my neck that would get really swollen
Only one?
when I
Come on.
breathe. I swear to God, it was horrible.
Look at him.
And they had to break. No, they had
It's
to
like
break.
Fat Ball Factory right here.
They had to break my fucking collarbone.
Oh, he did.
To take the fat ball out. And when they took it
What the
out,
fuck is a fat ball?
like a ball of fat with no cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And the doctor came to me and he goes, do you want to see it? I'll never forget this. And I'm like, yeah, I want to see it. And he brought it in a jar. And when I looked at it, I go, that's the evil from the Comedy Store. Like, you know when you book a movie and somebody comes up to you and says, congratulations, Bobby, you were great. And you walk away, they'll look at the other guy and go, fuck that motherfucking piece of shit. So all that shit that happens, I felt it. It was at a time when there was weird people there. They didn't like Rogan was doing 45 minutes on Friday.
Yeah.
They didn't understand that he bought a sound system, that Dice had bought a sound system. They didn't understand, and I just thought it was time to move on.
But I just wanted to say welcome back.
Yes.
Okay?
I'm happy
It's really
to go
good to
back.
see you back. It's good to see Joe Rogan
And
back.
hold on, let me tell you something else.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I went back.
Why?
Just so you know I work on science. I got the call from Adam on a Friday that fucking Stunad Tommy wasn't there no more and he was taking over the store, would I consider coming back? And I said, I'll call you next week. Let me think about it. And I had a colonoscopy. That's when they stick a camera up your ass. And that night I stayed up drinking that fucking shit, the shit.
Go lightly.
And you drink it, and the movie was on, that movie with Peter Sellers.
Being there.
Being there.
And that was Marilyn Martinez's favorite movie.
That's my favorite movie.
His favorite
And
movie.
I watched that movie, and I said, that's a sign from Marilyn to go back to the store.
Oh, you're going to make
There
me
you
cry.
go,
You're gonna make me-
motherfucker.
Well,
You
don't
want an
leave yet.
ending?
Don't leave yet.
That was a good
You're about
ending.
to make me cry.
Yes, no, that's
I know,
a true
I know.
story.
Oh, my
that
God.
was God. That was God. That was Marilyn. Marilyn was the one in her deathbed that in the middle of a rant about Jesus, and that if she beat the cancer. She wasn't going to work dirty again. In the middle of a rant, she stopped and looked at me and she goes, Joey, you got to stop doing coke. And I probably stopped 3 weeks later. I went for an interview for a movie. And they told me, we really want you for this movie, but we understand you have a drug problem. We don't have a big budget. I was so embarrassed that somebody else knew about my little secret that I'm like, I can't do this no more. And I was about 44, and I read somewhere that John Gotti had taken over the Gambino crime family when he was 45. So I said, I got to do something when I'm 45. And I've been clean from coke for 10 years.
Amazing.
There you have it.
Amazing.
If Gotti could take over the Gambinos at 45, I had to do something in my life at 45.
Now we do this thing at the end where we do. God, Joey, you get so emotional. You got it so emotional.
Yeah, bro, we're talking. This is home to heart here. This ain't no fucking okey doke podcast. I don't do podcasts to
I don't do
fucking giggle.
okey-dokey.
No. I know that.
I'm not okey-dokey either.
I know that. I didn't say
Yeah,
that.
I'm real, too.
I know. That's why I'm saying.
Don't call me Okie.
I love you.
I love you too. Now we do this thing called Unhelpful Advice. We'll do it really quickly. We have an email and then we give suggestions and then we'll end it. Okay? Go ahead.
Unhelpful Advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and Joey Coco Diaz.
My father-in-law equals amazing, loving, supportive, and love seeing him always. His wife/mother-in-law equals addict, booze, pills, cigarettes, and weed. For years, we've bit our tongues and tried to include my husband's mother in our exciting life milestones. His dad's always there and supportive, but his mother, in her condition, has added nothing but stress and frustration to our lives, events, and holidays. We're now expecting our first child, and I do not want her at the hospital or even around the first couple of weeks until I am comfortable with the new motherhood. And if she is sober. She makes me anxious and is a mess. I don't want our exciting next chapter to have a horrible memory of her actions like our wedding did. We do love and want my husband's father around whenever he wants to be. He's amazing. But they come as a pair quite often. How do we approach the newborn time? I would hate to rob my father-in-law of his first moments as a grandfather because of her actions.
Well, then
Thanks.
weed her out.
Mimi.
Weed her
Get
out.
together. That's a tricky one.
That's not a tricky one. You
That's
go,
the
hey,
wrong
Dad, you
fucking
come.
question.
Mom, you're out. No?
So, father-in-law's cool. Mother-in-law is batshit crazy. They want to bring dad and father-in-law for all family festivities, but not mom-in-law. But they come as a duo.
They don't come as a duo.
Well, it's
I understand that, but the thing is that when people think that they come in pairs, it's like, if I was in my drug addiction, right, I was using, and Khalyla didn't leave, and she would leave, but that's she would definitely leave. But if she didn't leave, right, and then you were invited to a wedding and I wasn't, I'm well aware of. I'm like, yeah, that's why, because I'm a fucking fuck up.
yeah. I would set boundaries and be clear about how you feel about her. That's the only solution to this.
Well, that was a great episode.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
That was
I
great.
love you guys.
All right. Let's take a photo and give Joey Diaz a round of applause, everybody.
Joey, any dates for everyone to look out for?
Nothing. I'm shooting the special and I'm taking time off. I got Calusa Casino June 17th. I got Vegas July 14th, and I got fucking Utah the last week of July. That's it.
There you go, guys.
Thank you guys for having me on the podcast.
We'll be right. We'll be right back, guys, with some housekeeping. And we are back. Wow, Joey, he's so emotional. Got me teary-eyed for a second.
He reminds me so much of like his life trajectory. He reminds me so much of my dad. Because my dad had 2 daughters before, like from his first marriage. And my dad had a really, he had done some fucked up things later on in his life. But then he had a second chance, and then he had us, and he was the greatest dad ever.
Wow.
Scary but great.
Any shows for Bobby coming up?
Bobby will be at in Seattle at Parlor Live in Bellevue, June 7th through 9th, I believe. And the following weekend after that, Punchline San Francisco. You can go to bobbyleelive.com for all his dates after that. I also wanted to make another announcement.
Something on your lap.
Yeah. So I've actually been fostering and bottle feeding this 4-week-old puppy, as I mentioned last week. Yeah. Don't growl on the mic. Hi. So I've been fostering this guy, #puppy fritter for Mayday Rescue. So if you're interested in having a new member in your family, go visit at Mayday Rescue. That's Maeday on Instagram and fill out an application for this guy. I don't get to choose or decide where he goes after I wean him off the bottles, but you can turn in an application and hopefully get to meet Puppy Fritter.
Puppy Fritter's gonna end up in this home, so
No, he's not.
don't fill out those applications.
This isn't going to be a foster fail. I love him, but I want to continue to keep fostering.
Khalyla, I'm
so I
looking
can't.
at your face right now, and come on, Khalyla.
I love you, baby. Come
And there it is. And sorry, Mayday.
I love you so much.
The one-
I love you.
Anytime Khalyla fosters, she just keeps it.
I love you.
George, what is the YouTube channels? We have 2, don't we, sir?
We now have a TigerBelly Clips channel, so go there for all your highlights needs.
Very cool.
Tiger
What
Belly.
are highlights? Give me an example of a highlight.
So, what are highlights?
What are
Promo
highlights
code
needs?
TigerBelly.com highlights.
Just like clips of previous episodes
Yeah.
that like we like or are like.
Yeah, just the best parts of the old episodes. It's fun to watch the old stuff. We were different back then.
I was
It's
really just
interesting.
nervous. I still am, but really just like my jaws were always really tight like
and
this.
your face was more matte.
I thought you said man. I was like, no, it's more man now.
Matte, M-A-T-T-E.
I'm not, come on, guys.
just-
My skin's going through some shiny.
I'm just kidding, because Khalyla every day is like, am I shiny? I'm like, you are not shiny. You're fine.
No, I think they changed a formulation of my favorite BB cream, and now it's like super oily. And I want to write a letter to my congressman about it. That's all I'm saying.
BB cream.
God.
So youtube.com/TigerBelly Clips.
And speaking of, go ahead.
We have the custom URL.
And then speaking of BB cream,
You guys do
they're
not-
not a sponsor.
Yeah.
But you know who a sponsor is? Khalyla's holding it right now.
Rebels Refinery. You guys, we've actually had the great pleasure of using a ton of their products over the last couple weeks, and
Yeah.
let me tell you, like, it's legit. And I also really like just the branding and the
Yeah.
Packaging's cool.
packaging, and
Oh, when you sent us the first box, we fought over like all the stuff, all the.
we
Yeah.
did. And Gilbert took the freaking hair product.
You took the soap, and then I went out to Target to get my own.
Well, here's your fucking
I know,
soap, George.
George, here's the fucking soap.
I know. Well, I already have them.
Although I did take all the lip balms because I have teenagers
that's-
living with me, and I have my mom with really chapped lips, and I get really chapped lips,
Jeez,
so I
Tiger-
took all the lip balms. So you guys are sorry about it.
So support a fellow Tiger Belly listener by going to
Rebels
Target,
Refinery.
yeah.
Go to Target, buy stuff there. Go online to get some other stuff with the promo code TigerBelly to get 20% off. Also, another shout out to our other sponsors, awaytravel.com. Awesome luggage over there and suitcases. So make sure you go to awaytravel.com/belly and use the promo code BELLY. That's BELLY. And also, don't forget the Slept King and Slept Queen's favorite mattress, Lisa. And you can go to lisa.com. Oh, sorry. Guys, I just had a brain fart because I haven't had a nice mattress in a while. But that's why I should purchase a Lisa mattress at lisa.com/belly. That is lisa.com/belly. And also, quick merch update. We are getting samples of our merch soon. So you'll see us wearing that in a few couple of weeks. And then merch should come out pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. Anything else?
No, I think that's it. I meant to do a shout out.
Shout out or reverse shout out?
No, real shout out. I don't do reverse ones anymore. I'm trying to
She's
keep it
positive now.
positive.
She's positive now, yeah.
Also, I wanted to thank everyone for giving me recommendations for my TMJ pain.
Oh, yeah.
So I took all of their suggestions. I went to go see a dentist, and then I went to go see another crappy dentist, and then I started massaging my face, and then I think I'm just gonna live with this pain for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that I probably need to get a mouth guard, but that I'm probably gonna have intermittent pain for the rest of my life. I can't wear headphones anymore.
Oh, is that why you don't put them on? Mm-hmm. Oh.
It hurts me so badly. As a matter of fact, after I did Tom Segura and Christina's podcast, Your Mom's House, that I was suffering for 5 days after that. Because I didn't want to, I wanted to put the headphones on because I didn't want to be like, I don't want to hear the headphones, So yeah, I was in so much pain afterwards. So no more headphones for me.
Oh,
Don't get sponsors that are headphones. But if there was a sponsor that was like, headphone company.
Hey, Beats, if you want to send us some headphones,
My jaws. I was lying about
her
my
jaw
jaws.
will be fine.
Yeah. I can suck dick again. We're good.
George or Khalyla, we can follow you on all social media at
Calamity K.
And George, we can follow you on
Instagram, George_Kimmel.
And all for your Bobby Lee needs, you can go to BobbyLeeLive.com. And if you would like to, just support us, just make sure you follow us on Instagram at TigerBelly, Twitter at TheTigerBelly, and email us any questions or unhelpful advice at TheTigerBelly@gmail.com. Have a good day.